Scarpins Avenue.
That's what I wanted. It's not as if we cry a river, call it red.
Hey everybody, hope you had a nice weekend. Welcome again to Sklar Country, the Virus Edition, aka the Pandy Pods, aka the Basement Takes.
We're back on the couch. We're back in the basement. We're back with our thoughts on what's going on.
We're back in black.
We're back in black, I guess.
We hit the sack.
Bet you know we're glad to be back.
Bet you didn't know we were glad to be back.
Well,
is it you didn't know we're glad to be back?
you know. I think it's bet you know we're glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back, yeah. Do you bet that they know?
I don't know what he's betting on, but it seems like he's betting on the wrong.
I don't think he should be a betting guy.
Well, he's dead.
Oh. No, he's not.
Bon Scott?
That's not Bon Scott.
Oh.
That's the other guy.
Oh my God. All right. Look where we already started off on the wrong foot.
Already started on a weird note. We are the Sklar Brothers, and this is our show, and we just want to provide for you guys a half hour in your day where you can just chill, where you can not look at a chart, not look at a death toll, not look at the stock market tanking. Just relax, be calm, and laugh a little bit about some of the things that are going on. And we try and pick some stories and stuff for you and tell stories from our own childhood that are relatable. And that's what we do for a half an hour. So just sit back, walk the dog, whatever you're doing, get your fresh air, get your breath, wash your dishes.
Do the thing that you need to do. We'll help you get through the thing that you don't want to do. Fold your laundry. We'll be there for that.
Right.
So
bury a hooker. We'll be there for that.
So
could be a male hooker.
Hey, that's right. We did something last week that caught on, certainly on our Instagram page.
Yeah, we
talked
realized
about the fact that, look, it is very sad that many people are going to die because of this, and we do not take that lightly at all.
Not at all.
We are saddened by that. We will lose people, I'm sure, that we know and that we love. Here's the deal.
That hurts.
It hurts. And if we know we got to lose, we're going to lose 100,000 people.
250 maybe.
Maybe 250. We say, why can't we choose some of the people that go?
That's right.
And so we threw that out there. We got a good response back from people.
You guys gave some great suggestions.
We're going to add to that list, and we may just sort of contribute to that list.
It's a running tab, if you will.
We're keeping a running tab. The people I want to add to that list today are people who kill
abortion doctors.
Because you are supposedly, and I'm going back, somewhat tangentially connecting to a Bill Hicks bit, but you are saying I'm pro-life.
Right. But
you're pro-life.
You're choosing which life you're pro.
Because you're taking a life.
That's right. So you guys, gone.
You're out. We're pro-life. You know what? We're super pro-life. We want everyone to live except you.
Mouth breathers also gone.
All right. Okay. We'll keep adding to the list every single show.
We'll keep adding on. We got stories and we have stuff to get into because stuff is still happening in the world, Jay.
Yes.
First and foremost, you want proof, Jay, that Pentecostal churches can kill you?
I don't
We
need
already
proof.
believed it.
I don't need. Are those the people who hold snakes?
No.
Okay.
They should be, right?
I
Doesn't
feel
it
like
sound like
Pentecostal church means they hand you a snake. Now
they honor the pentagram,
right?
And
which is the devil, right?
No, I don't think they honor the pentagram. That's not what
that's a Pentecostal is a different thing.
We're speaking out of our
element.
Collective asses.
But here's the thing. I'm all for freedom of religion, whatever you choose to do.
You believe what you believe, just don't enforce it on other people.
Don't enforce it on one other person ever.
And now that we are of the time that we shouldn't be gathering together, figure it out, church. Figure out how to Zoom your stuff.
Zoom it, bro.
Zoom. All right, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Pentecostal church in Sacramento, a Sacramento suburb. Already, I'm not liking this. Pentecostal church in Sacramento.
There's a comedy club in Sacramento, The Punchline, which is actually a really good club. But
Great club.
You have to walk through a mall, an outdoor sort of mall area, and you walk
by the saddest mattress store ever.
And look, by
mattress
nature,
stores should neither be sad nor happy. They should be happy.
And I can't necessarily recall a super jovial mattress store, but this is the saddest mattress store.
I can only tell you how sad we were when we walked by the mattress store.
I was like, I don't know how anyone can be in the mood for comedy after this.
It's, you know how when you go to sleep at night, you say, I want to get a good night's sleep. I want to wake up tomorrow refreshed, and I want to sleep tonight so I can feel good tomorrow. I can't wait till my head hits that pillow and I can go to sleep. That's what you think about when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
This mattress store made you think about how many nights you have until the end.
Right. You're
If
like,
you
how many?
fast forward and said, okay, I got how many nights on this bed?
2,000 more nights before I'm dead?
Maybe.
That's the thought that goes through your head.
20,000?
All right, so we're in a suburb of Sacramento.
All right. Pentecostal church suburbs at epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak with more than 6 dozen confirmed cases of the illness, prompting county officials to warn against religious gathering. This is the government. Sacramento's the capital. Gavin Newsom is saying, don't do it. Quote, it's outrageous that it's happening, Sacramento County Public Health Director Peter Balinson said. And our buddy Dave Newman is up in Sacramento, and we're worried about him.
Yeah.
Dave, I don't want you to be in trouble with these nut jobs. You mean, so it's like it's outrageous that it happened. You mean the Pentecostal religion? That's outrageous that it's happening?
Maybe that's what he's
nuts.
referring to.
I guess, and deadly. Obviously, there's a freedom of religion, but when
Yes.
it's impacting public health as it is, we have to enforce social distancing. There is freedom of religion. And yes, you have the freedom to be an asshole.
You have that freedom. There's freedom of religion. There's freedom to be an asshole.
There's also freedom to rain down hate and backlash on these people.
And
And we're asking for that to happen.
So look, if you are so dumb and so irresponsible as to say we got to get together in this time,
Then
all of us have put our lives on hold. Everyone we know, we put everything in our lives are on
I
hold.
file this under the category of the guy who still has to run barefoot. Change what you're doing. Put on some sneakers. Put on some flip-flops. I don't
Walk.
give a crap.
Walk instead of run.
The church, Bethany Slavic Missionary Church. That does not sound like the name of it.
That sounds like one of the Real Housewives of New York.
Bethany Slavic Missionary Church. 4 names, and her last name is Church.
Didn't she come up with Skinny Bitch
Skinny
Vodka?
Bitch Vodka.
Am I wrong?
Skinny Bitch Tequila. Did not immediately return a call for comment, but Balinson said health officials were concerned that church members were still meeting in private homes to conduct services against the orders. Whether or not you have community-wide sermons or meetings in people's houses, they're all dangers.
Look,
don't
if
do it.
it's fine if you're really into your religion.
Great. Set up a Zoom sermon session,
If
dummies.
you can't, okay, there's something called like object. Now I'm going to get this wrong. Constancy.
Yeah.
It's the ability of little children to understand that when you go away, you're not gone forever.
Right.
Okay. As adults, you should be able to feel that same way about religion.
Right.
Right now, we can't get there in person.
But we'll
It's
get
still
back.
there.
We'll get back. It's not leaving us. We'll get back. It's Daddy's still coming home. By the way, many of you, there's got to be one idiot at this church who knows how to set up a webcam. A lot of them are probably
It's Sacramento.
A lot of them are watching webcams of porn behind their wives' backs. So, because they're probably so suppressed that here you go.
Look, use that knowledge.
Religion has been preparing. This is the thing. Religion has been preparing for end of days. The end of days stuff that's happening right now.
I wonder that, Rand. I wonder if there are religions right now, like certain evangelical religions
that are
saying,
like, great.
Here
Now
we go.
this is it.
We're one step closer to the rapture. Bring it on, baby.
Let's accelerate things by meeting together because
Let's
God
wipe everyone out.
God will take care of us.
We're good on the other side. Anytime you start saying I'm good on the other side, that's going to be
bad.
dangerous for everyone here.
And the idea that you can be part of the apocalypse actively, that doesn't work. That's like trying to tickle yourself cosmically, religiously.
You
can't do it. You see it coming. You know it's going. It has to happen to you. The rapture can't. You can't be.
You
part
can't
of
bring the rapture on.
That's right.
You cannot bring the rapture on.
Just ask Blondie. See what
She
happened to her.
tried.
She tried to rap, and then that was the end of that. Jesus. If you spread it to one here's what you say. This is what I say. This is what we can say to them, and we can turn the message around and make it religious. This is my thing. Tell these people, if you spread it to one person,
You're going to hell.
that's it. Live eternal life in damnation. If you spread corona to one person,
So it's
you
your
will
choice.
live your entire life in hell. If you say that, I guarantee you they will sequester.
Yeah.
They'll sequester for months after.
Yeah.
They will follow the rules so much.
All you need is a person in power to come down
And say, look, if you guys spread this disease to one person, you will
one person.
you will not get in heaven.
I think that's fair.
Scare the bejesus out of them.
Or back into them.
Scare the bejesus back into it. Watch how fast they'll quarantine when that happens.
Agreed. Totally agree.
All right, this next story, Jay.
Yeah.
It's not a great time to be on a cruise right now. Okay?
Oh, no.
I mean, it never was a great time to be on a cruise.
A cruise is a dicey option from the get-go.
Which means, by the way, right now, the people that are on cruise ships, they boarded cruise ships
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, or 2 weeks ago, or they boarded it a short time ago, and they were in the midst of all this hysteria. They said, "We're still going on that cruise. We're still heading onto that cruise." They knew how bad it was, and they're like, "We're still going on that cruise."
Shayna, they bought their tickets.
They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash. So that's what happened. They know how bad it was. Hopped on the cruise ships, even though it was bad. Everyone on a cruise ship, I have issues with all the people on a cruise ship, probably has corona. If you're on a cruise ship right now, you got it. You
got it. Even if no one went on that ship with it.
That's accurate. That's not an exaggeration. Everyone on a cruise ship right now has corona.
Period.
And you still knew what was going on. 5 days ago, you hopped on a cruise ship? Absolutely not. Was the buffet worth it? Was worth it for the buffet.
I guess.
The magic show was worth it.
I mean, when we did Conan, the bit they did that was so funny was
the cruise ship comedian having to do a 57-hour show and having run through all of his material.
That's funny.
That was a fantastic bit. So if you're on a cruise ship out in the world, get ready to have every country in the world refuse to allow you to port. You're there. You're out in the sea forever.
That's where you live now.
You just boarded a watery grave.
Which
I would say that even not in Corona times.
You just boarded a watery grave.
Enjoy that. Just ask the Venezuelan Coast Guard. Yeah, that's a thing, Jay. The Venezuelan Coast Guard. That's a real thing. They have one. They tried to intercept a cruise ship that was coming into them. They said, aha, no, you don't come in here.
No, you're not coming in here.
Venezuelan Coast Guard patrol boat tried to stop it. You got to hear the story. They're like a Portuguese cruise ship. They're like, still cruising during these days.
Yeah.
YOLO. You only live once. Well, you're not going to live that long.
Right. You only live a little bit, I guess.
And there was a collision between the unnamed patrol boat and the RCGS Resolute, a vessel owned by Canada-based One Ocean Expeditions.
The name of the boat is Resolute. They were resolute in their choice to come in to a Venezuelan shore.
By the way, so what happened was apparently the Coast Guard ship rammed it in the front repeatedly. Rammed it. Rammed it in the front. Okay, it just kept ramming and ram, and then you'll know what happens. So again, I hope the magic show was worth it.
Yeah.
Hope the candy buffet tasted great for your kids. So prior to the collision, Venezuelan sailors repeatedly radioed the crew of the RCGS Resolute, warning them that they were in Venezuelan territorial waters and they were to proceed immediately to the Puerto Moreno on Isla de Margarita for processing. To which I'm sure they were like, screw you.
No.
We're having like a margarita contest up on the Lido.
There's a limbo contest on the Lido deck.
So the Colombian, in statement released Monday, a Colombian cruise services which manages RCGS Resolute on behalf of One Ocean said the Venezuelan sailors fired warning shots into the air as their boat approached the larger vessel's starboard side at a high rate of speed. So they're coming fast and they're just shooting.
And you know the term shots fired? This is literally shots
across
fired.
the bow.
Yeah.
So the Colombian statement added that the patrol boat repeatedly rammed the RCGS Resolute's bow in an apparent attempt to turn the ship towards Venezuelan territorial waters, which the crew passed us off as just a way for, hey guys, don't get too drunk because the waters are getting kind of choppy.
Right. The crew tried to make it like nothing. There's nothing.
No, they tried to use it to their advantage. Both vessels suffered damage in the incident, though the cruise ship's seaworthiness was not affected. Meanwhile, the patrol boat began taking on water and immediately keeled over and sank. Now, everyone was fine. All 40 crew members of the Venezuelan Coast Guard are fine. But that is it. So a cruise ship coming is like a drunk girl. She's gonna
ruin everything.
She's gonna capsize.
You can't stop her.
Right. You think you can
ram her in the front.
You think you can head her off into where
can't do it.
No,
you
think you
cannot
can
do
head
it.
her off into a place where you can take care of her? You can't. She's going to bring everyone down with her. You are in trouble if you try and do it. She's going to capsize your proverbial boat.
and bring disease to every shore where they port.
The cruise ship, you don't understand, Venezuela, has drunk strength. You know drunk strength? That's like a drunk person can like
Gets run over by a car and gets up and runs away.
Fall off a roof and then just get up and start walking away. Fall off a roof.
Yeah.
That is drunk strength right there, and that's
You
what
know,
happens.
your body is in shock. You don't care. You don't know. So you're just moving through.
So they were rescued, all 44 sailors. And
From the patrol boat.
Yes.
This is not the cruise ship. The cruise ship's fine.
Cruise ship's fine, but the patrol boat was rescued, and they were forced to participate in line dances on the Lido deck.
Hey.
Everybody clap your hands. As they were ramming the boat, do you think the dance floor MC was like, ram it 1 time, 2 times, now ram to the left and ram. Did you see that? Josh Adam Myers? It was such a great stand-up bit. Go on to his Instagram page and look at Josh Adam Myers. He did a great bit.
There you go. There's a recommendation. Follow Josh Adam Myers on Instagram.
The Venezuelan government maintains that it was the crew of the RCGS Resolute who were to blame for the incident. Now they're saying it's their fault. They just are saying that it was a cruise ship that had rammed in the patrol boat. That's not what happened.
So don't lie about it.
I don't care how drunk.
But look, they're, in my opinion, to want to dock, like they're going to have to go through like the Panama Canal and in each channel get like hosed down.
That's right.
Hosed down with hot water, and then they're going to have to sit somewhere.
They're going to have to sit
for 3 weeks.
and just exactly.
And if anybody's sick, then take them away. And if anybody isn't, then
you're on that boat. That's where you live now, in the sea. Commenting on the incident, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said that the collision was, quote, an act of terrorism and piracy. So the cruise ship are terrorists,
Yes.
and pirates committed by the Portuguese vessel crew, an act of terrorism. And that's where you remember that Nicolas Maduro is fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, that guy's batshit crazy.
He's crazy.
He's crazy.
So you remember you forgot that he was so crazy, and then he's like, no, I got to make a statement here to remind everyone how crazy I am.
How nuts
I am. So the two countries have since opened up diplomatic channels to ease their tensions, clear up conflicting reports and connections. That's bad when you have to open up diplomatic channels and deal with the situation over a cruise ship.
These days, too.
Again, so meanwhile, Colombia said that RCGS Resolute is currently moored up in the port of Williamstead on the Dutch Caribbean island of Curacao, and an investigation, they're like, great, now we got to take care of this. Again, the moral of the story is don't go on a cruise.
Do not do it.
Not in this time, not in
ever.
any time. And that's what we have to say. All right, should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay, before we head to the break, everybody, again, we take this period of time right now to introduce you to podcasts you may not know about. Our good friend Jen Kirkman, we love her so much. If you don't know her stand-up, she's one of the best out there. As far as one of the things we tell people who are new stand-ups, get your point of view. Get your point of view set and then enjoy it. And she has a fantastic podcast called Having Funlessness with Jen
She is
Kirkman.
so funny, and again, I agree with you, Rand. Her point of view is so sharp,
So clear.
and yet she's also a tremendous joke writer. So all
she's
that
so
comes
good.
through, and it all
She
comes
was a
through.
writer
in her
on
pod-
Marvelous Miss Maisel. She was and performed, has written a couple of really hilarious books. She's wonderful. Jen Kirkman, enjoy it. We're going to play a little voicemail from her, and then go check out her podcast and
Yes,
subscribe to
to
thing.
that.
And we'll be
and
back
then
right
we'll
after
the
this
side
break
with an unbelievable Lindsay Lohan story.
Lohan on the other side.
Hi, Sklar Brothers. Hi, Jason and Randy. Jen Kirkman here. I just want to brag. I do know the difference between the two of you. And when I have to social distance, one of the things I don't get to do is show off my skill, being like, hey, Randy, hey, Jay. I know exactly which one's which. Anyway, of course, I just made a whole video thing, and I was like, I don't even care. I don't have makeup on, doing it au naturel. And then I realized, it was an audio thing they wanted, not a video. So that was a whole thing wasted. But here's the deal. I'm living for this, well, not the pandemic part, but the social isolation. I live alone. I don't have pets. I don't have kids. My life was designed for this moment. I do Instacart, grocery delivery. I not in a hoarding way, but I have plenty of Clorox wipes. I have hand sanitizer. I have hand soap because I have weird bronchial issues. And so I can't ever get sick because if I do, it goes to bronchitis, which I had last year, had to cancel a bunch of shows. So when I fly, I always wear masks, not COVID ones, but fun masks. I always have wipes. So now the rest of the world is acting just like me. No one can shake hands. And if I don't want to go out, I get to be I'm saving the world and not my usual, I just don't want to deal with people. Now, I'm actually working. Like, I've been on a writing job for a few months, so I feel like I'm the only person working, and I've been so effing busy. Literally just, my mind is on the job 24/7, have had no time to freak or stress out. Although I did have COVID symptoms early on, but I couldn't get a test, very minor ones. And so I'm wondering if I even already had it, which, whatever, that's besides the point. Anyway, my point is, so busy, no time to eat. Like, everyone, my friends are like, how are you? Everyone's reaching out. I'm like, it's day 3, dudes. You might want to spread out the checking in. Like, this is going to be going on a long time. So I'm almost like annoyed with everyone. I'm like, I have a lot of friends. Stop checking in. We got it. Everyone's bored. I'm not bored yet. Call me in a month. I'll be freaking bored out of my mind when my job ends. So for me, you know, this is pretty good so far. And of course, I'm still doing my podcast, Having Funlessness with Jen Kirkman, a 1 hour, just kind of what you're hearing, like rambling about my week, my life, what's going on in the world, what's going on in my head. And I'm so grateful I get to be on your network with you guys. And I'm hoping that we can do more fun stuff in person when this all ends. And but I'm also hoping I just get like a week to watch movies. Like, honestly, I can't wait to be bored. Mwah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Thank you for rating, reviewing, subscribing to this thing. Again, if you are just listening to the podcast or you're just watching this if you're watching this on Instagram, or you've seen this on Instagram, go over to the iTunes and rate and review and subscribe to it. It helps keep us in the top charts up there, and
lets other people know to check out.
We want to make sure that as many people can check this thing out as possible because we think hopefully we're doing a good thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got a story that is. I'm going to look at this right here. Okay. Now we have a story that is the most appropriate story ever. It's so inappropriate that it is appropriate.
Like it could only happen in the time of Corona.
It totally makes sense right now. Lindsay Lohan, the Lohan. She's taken the Lohan, has announced.
She puts the low in Lohan.
She's announced to the world that she's back and dropping a new single. I mean, if there was ever a time to make a comeback, this is it.
Look, she's dropping a new single
during a global pandemic.
She wants people to get out there and dance to her music.
She wants people to gather around and listen to her music. And what better time to do it than right now, Lindsay Lohan?
She's always had great judgment. And here we are, once again, right there.
It lowers the bar for whatever single she's about to release. It really does. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, no matter what it is, there aren't a lot of singles being released right now.
She was holding on. Maybe she was holding on to it for the global pandemic.
Maybe
she was
in her
checking
life,
the waters.
In her life, she's like, 100, like 1 million to 2 million people on this earth need to die in order for me to just make that. That's the right moment for me to just jump right back into the fray and be like,
1 million to 2 million people have to die in order for my single to drop, then it was all worth it. Tease that single, girl. Tease it.
Tease it.
Tease that single that nobody asked you to put out.
No one. Not one person was like, where's Lindsay Lohan? When's she coming out with a new single, said no one.
That'd be like Bill Gates teasing a comedy album. You're like, he could do it.
Does Bill Gates have a new hour on Netflix?
He could do it, but nobody's asking for Bill Gates' comedy hour.
No, and nobody wants him to tease it right now.
Now, if Lindsay Lohan said she was releasing all the masks that she'd kept in her house for years and she had 6 million of them, I'd be like, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay Lohan.
Or releasing a vaccine for COVID-19.
Thank you.
Now's the time to
Lindsay
release
Lohan
that.
And the University of Pittsburgh believe they have a vaccine. Okay, drop that.
Drop that on
Drop
Tuesday.
that news.
Then people would still be like, no need to listen to this stuff.
Yeah, I don't have to hear it.
And a single. If you drop a vaccine along with the University of Pittsburgh, Lindsay Lohan, and your single, yes,
fine,
we'll
tolerate the single, but we need the vaccine.
At least we would have an awareness of what we're all going through at this point, which she completely does.
Awareness.
She offered no title for the single. It was on her Instagram, just a TV showing clips of different newscasters saying her name. Lindsay Lohan, Lindsay Lohan, Lindsay Lohan, all these different versions, which I was like, is that important that people can't pronounce her name in the same way?
Maybe that's the point of the song.
It was one of those TVs. It was an old TV. So it was one of those TVs that was deeper than it was wide.
which is how I feel with how much food I'm eating.
Deeper than it was wide.
Okay.
There was the type of TV that you only see nowadays nailed to the top of a hospital bedroom ceiling or an off-track betting.
Right, off-track betting TV. Sure.
Okay, so that's what it was. It's just Lindsay Lohan, and then showed pictures of her dancing and pictures of her at a premiere, like video footage of her. Lindsay Lohan. Then all of a sudden, it went super fast, and then the whole TV exploded. The way a TV of that ilk probably just explodes normally.
Yeah, if you're just trying to change the channel.
They weren't intending for it to explode.
No.
It just exploded.
And they're like, okay, we'll use that, I guess.
And then she didn't leave a name, a title of the single that she was dropping or anything. She just said, I'm back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Baby. She's back.
I love that she showed it because she showed herself dancing because if there's one thing that people want more than anything, it's to see Lindsay Lohan dance.
Yep.
There are people out there who are on their COVID deathbed saying, if I could just see Lohan
give me that
do
Lohan.
a Texas two-step.
That's all I need. Then I'm good. Then take me away.
It was on her Instagram. It was on her Twitter. Prompted everyone on Twitter. She trended on Twitter.
She trended.
Which prompted everyone to be like, does she have it?
Is she dying?
Or that maybe she just woke up from a coma and then released this thing. You never know.
That's the only explanation I have.
Oldest TV I've ever seen on there.
If she was drunk for 12 years. And then how old is she, by the way, now? 30?
No. She could be 62.
No, she's not 62.
To which the internet, once they saw this thing, they were like, yeah. All right.
It was a collective like, all right. Did I have to read that?
She's back, y'all, without a title for the single.
Okay.
A clip of the song, a little snippet of the video, nothing.
She's back.
She answered the question, I'm back. Made the answer, I'm back, to the question that no one was asking, where did you go, Lindsay?
Where is she?
No, she answered the question, how much worse can it get? Here's your answer, I'm back. She answered that question.
Yeah, she answered, can I be more tone deaf in this moment of great despair in this nation? I'm back.
You know who the only person, Jay, is who's happy about this?
Who?
Michael Lohan.
Her dad.
Because Michael Lohan, from whatever futon he's laying on in the split-level townhome that he's leasing and behind in payments, he saw this and he got up from his drunken stupor and said, I'm back.
Yeah.
You're back.
Which means
if you're back, I'm back.
I'm the barnacle on this ship that's gone
I'm back,
down.
baby. That dude's name hasn't been uttered in years.
Yeah, he's like Beetlejuice.
He is like Beetlejuice. If you say Michael Lohan's name 3 times,
he shows up. And
he shows up.
Who wants to interview me?
And you can't get rid of him ever.
No.
Michael Lohan is like COVID-19.
Or herpes.
Nobody wants him.
Nope.
And when you've got him, it's just going to drain you of everything. It just gives
your
you
money,
your
shakes, resources, your energy.
You just start getting the chills that he's around. Basically, you can't go out and see anyone with him because no one wants to see you with him, and people want to socially distance when he's around you.
He infects your life.
But I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to hear the single, Jay. I mean, I'm chomping at the
bit
to
hear the single. What is the single at this point? I don't know.
Are you a little bit?
I'm a little
curious about the single.
Here's what I feel about Lindsay Lohan, which is kind of crazy, is that her life trajectory to this point is equal to the first 2 acts of Mean Girls, her best movie.
Yeah.
So first act of Mean Girls, she's innocent, like she was in The Parent Trap, and she was adorable, and everyone's like, who is this? It's so cute. She's doing a British accent. Then she starts to do Mean Girls, and you're like, okay, she's getting into the fray. She's becoming more of a star, trending towards adulthood.
Yep.
And then it went off the rails, just like in Mean Girls.
Just like in Mean Girls.
She took it too far. She forgot her roots. She started being mean to her old friends. They didn't like it. She's out of control.
Let's make a guess at what genre of music her single is. Dubstep?
Latin fusion.
Acoustic dubstep.
Jewish.
Klezmer?
Klezmer Hasidic Jewish.
Acoustic dubstep.
Klezmer dubstep sounds unreal. Waiting for that. Waiting for the drop. Waiting for the drop.
I'll tell you the drop. It's already happened.
It already happened,
Lindsay. It already happened. You don't even need to drop the single.
We will track this single in the same way that we are tracking COVID-19 cases.
That's right.
This is the most important news out there right now. Lindsay Lohan has a single, and it's coming, and we don't know what it is.
And we don't know what it sounds like. We don't know what it is. So in the meantime, you guys take care of yourselves.
Punch a water faucet.
Go punch a water faucet, then go wash your hands. Do it as many times as you can. Be careful, socially distance. Do the things you need to do. Take care of your kids.
Put a mask on it if you're out in public.
That's right. If you like it, then you should have put a mask on it.
I would like to see Beyonce release that.
Just
as a way to let people know this is how we got to live now. And in the meantime, we will all sit back. We will cross our fingers and hope that this Lohan single comes out soon to save us all.
All right, guys, we are out. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay cares and take cares.
Stay cares?
Stay cares, the day cares, and take cares. We'll see. We're out.